Yeah.
Well, from the superstars behind me to the superstars laid out in front, it's the end of the week. Time to relax and spoil ourselves with something that will warm up the body and the soul. Now, a coffee technical manager, what a job. From Woolies, Salvashni Pillay-Fisher and Chef Clem are here to treat us to some freshly brew and some delicious woolly rusks. I know we think we are here to talk about coffee and rusks, but I think we're here to talk about the Chuckles drink. That's just stolen the show. Salvashni, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being so amazing at what you do, and I can say that because the coffee is good. It is so good. When we talk about Arabica, what does that mean? Why is this the go-to?
So there are many different types of coffee beans in the world, but of the varieties, there's two that's commercially viable, Arabica and Robusta.
Robusta.
Arabica tends to be sweeter and more delicious and gives you a more consistent coffee flavor, more beautiful coffee. And that's why we make sure our coffee beans are 100% Arabica.
And I love the fact that you're leaning on generations of knowledge when it comes to this kind of coffee variety, and you guys have lent on that, but it's not just about the past, it's about the future. And when we look at pods are so hot right now, understandably, the quality is amazing in the pod, so well done on that. Are these recyclable? Because there is an opportunity here to send a message.
I'm very happy to say that all our coffee capsules are fully recyclable.
Oh, wow.
They're made with aluminium. The foil keeps the goodness of the coffee inside the foil, and the coffee is really fresh. And the packaging as well as the capsules are fully recyclable. And you are more than welcome to actually take the spent capsules once you're done with them to any Woolies that has a coffee cart in it, and we'll take it back and recycle it.
With your batteries. Do you know how much battery recycling I do with you guys as well? I've even recycled my bags. I do everything through your one-stop shop. Okay. Yeah, man. Absolutely love it. So, Clem, you're helping us develop the flavors right there, and I'm quite interested to know the difference between a dark and a light roast. What does that actually mean? I'll get his input after you, Salvashni, but what does a light and a dark roast actually typify?
So a light roast is very fruity and a little bit acidic, and a darker roast tends to be a little bit more bitter. You get chocolatey and nutty notes coming through. According to Matt Carter, the sustainability manager for Tribeca Coffee, he says that people that prefer richer tasting, bitter food will love the dark roast,
100%.
and people who prefer the more fruity, acidic food, they will absolutely love the lighter roasts.
And I've gone for a dark roast.
I was gonna say, please do that. I love the fact that you get what you ask for. Yeah. So if I get a strong dark roast, I get that flavor development. I get that. As someone who is very obsessed about flavors, how much of a difference does this actually make, this process to get to this finished product? Because you've got an unrestricted view on all the crazy R&D going on behind the scenes.
And it's fun because I get to merge the coffee and all the hot, amazing drinks that you come up with things like the rusks. And then that's where you can kind of play around with flavors. If you know you're going with something quite bold and intense with a dark roast.
What would you go for?
What would I go for? I wouldn't go for the buttermilk. I would go for the brand. There's like a nice biscuity, deeper caramel flavor in the brand that comes through. So I do that with the dark roast. And that's the fun of it. You can play around with all the flavors. And let's talk about the rusks for a second.
Please do.
Woolies rusk recipes. They are old. They're older than UG. They're like,
nah,
these
come
recipes,
on. Don't be spitting statements like that. Really?
These are recipes that have been handed down, tried and tested, and it's locally produced. That's what we love the most about them. And the variety is absolutely amazing. In front of you, I think you've got the buttermilk and the brand, but then...
I think buttermilk is the go-to.
Is it?
Hey, I think it's the sounding board for so many other flavors. So as a dunker, I love that.
As a dunker. We also have the more spoilerkies. We've got the carrot and pecan. We've got the caramel crunch. Literally, when you walk into your favorite Woolies, there's a wall of rusks. And equally, there's a wall of coffees that you can play around with, mix and match. Get it all. Play around with it, yeah.
What I enjoy, Sebastian, maybe you can speak to this, because we seem to be supporting the growers across the world with this notion of single origin, where you're highlighting coffee from an area, maybe a Kenya or a place that is known for its great coffee. What difference does it make, that single origin? What goes into that?
So that's very special. So a single origin means that the coffee beans can be traced back to a region, a farmer, an actual farm.
A field.
An actual field. What it means that we actually know where the beans come from. And what's special about it is that everything about where the coffee grows, the region, the climate, the soil, everything has got an impact on the actual flavor of the coffee, and that's what makes it so special.
I absolutely love it. And there's so much, you know, I talk about the generational knowledge. There's also generational love and culture going into this. Absolutely beautiful. So as Chef Clem very kindly tops us up, I got to ask you, Clementine.
Yeah.
Your favorite pairing, if you had to go for a coffee and a drink, a rusk and a drink. You don't have to make it a coffee. It can be anything. What are you most excited about stealing from our kitchen today?
Plot twist.
Okay.
So my favorite is to do a quite dark, intense coffee using a mocha pot or even a plunger. It doesn't matter how you make it. Yeah. But then adding a little bit of chuckles to the coffee. It's delicious. It's winter. We're allowed to indulge, and that's a good combination of coffee and chocolate flavor. And then again, pair it with any one of the rusks. I think it'd be amazing. I'd actually go for the caramel chip rusk for that one. Just the sweetness is delicious. And I just want to make it linger longer. That's absolutely my favorite. And then let's just talk about the mugs. At the moment, I am doing a different mug every morning because I can.
Because you're allowed.
You just match it to your mood for the day. So, G.
What are you feeling today, buddy boy?
No, I'm going to go for the one that's closest to me.
You're feeling easy today. That's it. You just want simplicity.
Yes, that's it.
So, Vashni, you get the OG. I absolutely love those mugs because they are timeless and beautiful. And I'll go for this guy because it looks like he's standing up and ready to tackle the day.
With your polar neck with this mug, it looks like you're about to take a walk. I want $100 million.
Oh, now you know that I have to drink it with
the pinky out
in the air. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Oh, that smells amazing. Your team doing a phenomenal job, and that stems from the farm to your amazing team. Thank you so much for honouring the tradition and the art that goes into creativity like this. We are here for that. So give in to your craving. It's okay. You can indulge in those delicious savings this winter as well. Rewards members get 30% off any 2 Woolies coffee, hot chocolate and rusks. All customers, all of us, get 20% off any 2 as well. You can shop the DUNKIT Festival at Woolworths, in-store, online, or using their amazing app. Cheers.
It's okay.
It's okay. You can do it. Oh, that's lovely.